YouTube fam, so today I just wanted to speak on my NCLEX review. I just want to tell you all like what I did to prepare for the NCLEX, and kind of like the whole process. So I'll start off by saying July of 2017 is when I graduated nursing school, LPN school to be exact. So I graduated July 2017. I got my ATT to test. I would say it was the beginning of September or the end of August. So I scheduled my test for September 24th. Okay, in the meantime, I was studying for the Saunders. I was studying Saunders book, LPN, edition 5. And I studied every single night after I put the girls to bed. I would get up early some mornings and I would study before everyone woke up. And that was kind of my study routine. So let's get to the day of the test. The day of the test, the day before the test, I was nerve-wracked. I felt really bad about it. I was nervous, extremely nervous, because I had a job, like the job that I actually wanted. I had that job waiting for me. I had got offered the job. I had a start date and everything, so it was pinning upon me passing the NCLEX. So the day of test, I woke up. I scheduled my test around 9 o'clock that morning. I woke up at 7, which was normal because that's the time that I would get up anyways during school, so it was no big deal. I did not eat breakfast. I was way too nervous to eat breakfast. And the testing site was about 30 minutes away from my house. So I left my house like at 8 o'clock so I can be there about 30 minutes early, which was a good thing because once I got there, when I'm nervous, I have to poop, which is far beyond your concern. But when I got there, I immediately got the bubble guts and I went to the bathroom and I had a big poop. So once I got done with all of that, again, I told you I didn't eat breakfast. Once I got done with all of that, I went in, I signed in, I did the finger scanning, and I was ready to sit for my exam. So I sat down, I took off my jacket, and I said a prayer before I even touched the computer mouse. I did the practice questions, and then I started the exam. And I was just praying that the computer stopped at 85 questions, which was the minimum. I got to question number 85, and a little after that I was asked, do I want to take a break? And I chose not to take a break. Okay, so I kept going and and I was like thinking to myself, I don't know none of this. Like this all looks foreign to me, and I knew I didn't know none of it. But I kept answering the questions to the best of my ability, though I felt like I was just clicking and clicking just to get the question out of my face and just move on and hope that the computer stopped, which it didn't. So I got to like 135, and I was asked again if I would like to take a break. And I chose not to take a break again. And again, all of the questions seemed very hard, like very challenging. I didn't know anything, and so I knew by then that I did not pass. So question 203, the computer shut off, and I just sat there for a minute, and I was just like, wow, I really bombed this test. I felt it. I felt that I really bombed it. And so that was 203. I walk out of the building. I collect my things first. I walk out of the building, and I go and sit in the car, and I just start bawling in tears. I could not control my tears, and I could not stop crying. And I decided to do the PVT, which I said I wasn't going to do. I decided to do that, and I got the bad pop-up immediately, and that made it worse. And I was telling myself, like, okay, maybe it's just not registered in the system yet, or maybe, who knows, it's wrong. And later that night, I kept doing the PVT. I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't focus on my kids, I didn't want to talk to my husband, nothing. So the next day I woke up, and around noon I decided to check the Board of Nursing, and I saw my results and it said failed. And when I seen that, I just automatically felt like a failure. Like, I'm never going to be a nurse. This isn't for me, and maybe I can never pass it. Because I was getting news from my friends that all of them have passed their NCLEX, and they got 85 questions, and I failed, and I felt horrible. So I was upstairs alone, and the girls and Michael were downstairs. Michael's my fiance, sorry. They were downstairs, and I text Michael, and I'm like, babe, I failed. And I just could not stop crying. So I texted him, babe, I failed, and he just comforted me throughout the whole process, telling me it's okay, that we can try again, I'll get there. He was just very supportive of me, even though I did not pass, even though I had a job offer already. He was just very supportive. And so, being that I had a job offer, I had to notify my manager and let her know. So what I did was I contacted my recruiter of the unit, and I let her know, and she told me she would see what the manager wanted to do about that. Weeks go by, and I haven't got a response from them, but yet I was still updating them, like, hey, I just got my new ATT, and this is what's going to happen, this is my test date, and I still did that. So second time around, I had a new game plan. I started studying 2 days later after I got the news that I did not pass the first time. I started studying immediately. I didn't take a break off or anything. And I decided to purchase UWorld like the next day. I was looking up YouTube videos and all nurses threads and seeing like what did other people use. And I seen UWorld was very common. So I decided to purchase the 1 month subscription on UWorld. And I tell you, that was by far the best payment that I've ever made. I would suggest UWorld to anyone out there that's looking to pass their NCLEX on the first time. It was very amazing, very good rationales. The questions did seem a bit hard, but I mean, it prepares you for the real thing. So I would highly suggest it. I did UWorld every single day. I would do 50 questions in the morning and 50 at night, and I would read all the rationales in between, and I redid the questions that I got wrong also. So that's what I did. And after my 1 month subscription was up, because you know you have to wait 45 days before you can retest, and I had the 30-day subscription, and I added another 1 month subscription, and I used that one for about 2 weeks, a week and a half. And I did the same routine. Every morning I would wake up, I would go to my gym because my gym has a childcare, and I would go to the gym, check the girls in the childcare, and study for as long as, well, it's a 2-hour limit. I would either study for an hour and work out for an hour, or I would study for the whole 2 hours. If I got that 50 questions and I got a good percentage on it, I would go ahead and work out. If I didn't, I would read my rationales immediately. And that was my go-to plan for round 2 of the NCLEX. So I got my new ATT, and I scheduled my test this time for November 18th. Same location, same time at 9 a.m. In the morning of the night before, I slept very well. I got a good night's rest sleep. The morning of, I woke up, I ate breakfast. I did not have coffee because coffee makes me poop, and I was not about to take another poop. So I woke up, I ate breakfast, and I headed to the testing location. I felt a lot more confident, and I went in, did the fingerprinting thingy, majig, and sat there, took off my jacket, and I said a prayer again before I started the exam, and I started the test. So this time along, the questions seemed logical. I would read the question twice and immediately click and press next. Throughout the whole exam, I got to 84, question number 84, and I was like, I know I'm not going to pass, so let me just prepare myself to get ready to take a break and prepare myself to come here and sit down and do the whole 205 questions. I was prepared. I got to question 85. It seemed like a very easy question that I knew or had an idea of. So I picked the answer, I clicked next, and I got the blue screen. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go take a break. And then I see you have completed the test, and my heart starts pounding out of my chest. I still remember that feeling. My heart starts pounding, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm really done at 85. I was very shocked. I was confused. I was worried. I was nervous. Everything you can think of, that was me. And so I packed up my things, got my belongings out of the locker, went to the car, and I said I was not going to do that PVT because last time I was bawling. This time when I got in the car, I did not cry. I was not emotional. I felt very confident in myself. I felt like I passed. So I got home, and of course, I did the PVT, and I got the good pop-up. So I want to say that the PVT is 100% accurate, at least for myself. I got home, I got the good pop-up, and that gave me a little more pride. So the next day, I checked the board of nursing. I saw my name, and I saw pass, and I was just so excited. I was so excited. No, I didn't check it actually. We were driving in the car. It was about 9 o'clock, 9:05ish, and I passed Michael my phone. I'm like, babe, will you push submit for this and tell me if I pass or fail? And so I gave him my phone, and he read the results. He was like, you failed. I was like, no way I failed. Give me the phone. So I checked it, and I saw pass, and I just started tearing up, and it was like a moment of joy for me. I was very happy in myself. So I would definitely recommend UWorld to anyone who's wanting to pass the NCLEX in the first try. It's very worth it. And I also want to say, if you took the NCLEX and you did not pass on the first try, don't give up on yourself. You can do it. I mean, you went through nursing school, you went through the hardest part, and it can be done. You can do it. Believe in yourself, have confidence, and it will be done. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video.